one of my favorite speakers and favorite topics. She actually spoke first at Platinum Edge, Michelle Myers. I know y'all all love Michelle. She's awesome. She did such a fabulous job. And I don't know if they set it up like this or if it just happened to be, but like her topic, almost every single speaker from then on out would say, like Michelle said, like what Michelle was talking about. Like she really like laid it out there, and it was just perfect. So I loved what she talked about. So of course, that's what I kind of want to talk about. So I'm gonna, talk about my notes that I took, and then some of my own personal experience, I guess. But she talks about finding your market. Okay, so this is so, so, so important because I know you've all said, I just want to help everybody. I know this is what we have is awesome and I just want to help everybody. But you can't think that way. We just can't, because honestly, if you think like, I want to work with everybody that wants to get healthy. Seriously, that is everybody. Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to, get healthy. Everybody wants to have better diet. Like, you cannot have your market everybody. And, actually, if you think about it, can hinder you because it's going to make you feel, or it's going to make you come across very salesy and generic. You're just taking anybody and everybody because you want a paycheck, you want somebody in your challenge group, or you want a success club point, whatever the reason is. It's, although it sounds great in theory, like I just want to help everybody, but you have to think like who meshes with your personality. And not everybody, not everybody's going to click with me. I'm not going to click with everybody. It's, vice versa. And it makes your posts easier, and it makes your challenge groups easier. It makes coaching, it makes the whole business smoother when you work with people that you get along with and you can relate to. And because honestly, just think about it. Like if we had a 45-year-old single guy, no kids, and all he did, was just like lift crazy weights, and he was on our team, it'd be like, I would try to do my best, but there would be
eye candy would be all right.
What? I don't know what that was.
I said eye candy would be nice, so.
Oh, eye candy.
Oh, you didn't know who it was? Oh, I'm sorry, this is Megan.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Eye candy, eye candy would be nice.
You're just cutting out. But there's something would be off, so you just have to keep that in mind. Okay, so a quote that she said was, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. And I really had to think about that for a little bit, and it's so true. Like if you're really just trying to reach everybody, there's going to be so many people not listening, because they're going to be so confused. Like, who is this girl? What is she talking about? What is she really doing? So, you have to have like laser focus on your brand, your market, who you're talking to, who you want, who you want to coach, who you want to be in your challenge group, who you want to help. Like it really you have to get down to the specifics. And so at the end of this, I'll kind of talk about some ways to do that. And then I'm also going to post in the group, because I figured it'd be easier and not take up time from the call. But I'm going to post a test that Michelle had us do. And it's just like questions, and it's just like things that first come to your mind about yourself. And you go through this test, and it's basically like showing you your market, like everything that your answers, like that's what you're going to relate to. So I'll post that, and y'all can do that so it doesn't take up time from the call. But so another thing she said was, your brand must tell a story. So there's in your story, just like a book, there's a character. The character has a problem. The character finds a guide, which is us, and the guide finds a solution, and the guide motivates the character to take action. So that's the storyline you really want to think about with your goals and your post, and like it really needs to be that drawn out. Like you cannot think about your post as, I want a person in my challenge group, I want a Success Club point, and I want some commission on my paycheck. Like if that is your goal, then it is not going to work out. It's just not. That is not our purpose at all. So here are 5 mistakes that people do, figuring out their brand and their market. So if you're taking notes, 5 mistakes. Number 1, who are you making the hero? Is it you or is it them? Because it should be them. They should always be the hero. It is not, what you can do for them, what you've done for them. It is not about us. It is not about shoving our story down their throat as far as this is what is going to work for you because it worked for me. Making you the hero. They are the hero all the time. So in that story plot, they are the hero. So every time you post, you're posting to them. You're posting to the hero. Mistake number 2 is just being clear. So back to what I was talking about, whenever you're posting or whenever somebody goes to your page, or whenever they talk to you, or whenever you send them a message, everything, it should be so clear. Like they should know exactly what you do. They should know exactly what you're passionate about. You don't want them to go to your page and be like, what the heck does this chick do? Or guy. We've got a guy here too. I don't know if he's on the call, but they need to know exactly what you do, exactly what what you're passionate about, what they're going to get out of it for picking you. So you have to just don't make it hard for them to figure that out. So be clear on that. And then another quote, because I've got all these quotes that Michelle said because I just love her, but she said, a brand that tries to satisfy everyone actually satisfies no one. You cannot satisfy everyone. You just can't. Back to the personalities, things are going to mesh. The fact that I am always smiling, I get that all the time. I'm giggly and I smile all the time, especially when I talk. That could drive somebody nuts, and that just might not mesh. So you have to think about those little things. Mistake number 3 is, this is one of my favorite ones, selling to external problems, meaning just losing weight. I mean, that's the biggest one. That it's got to be so much deeper than that, because you guys know we all want to lose weight, even if it's just 3 pounds. We're never satisfied. Everybody wants to lose weight, and then what? You have to dig deeper than that, and that all happens through conversations. It all happens through questions, question after question after question. If you don't know exactly what they need, then you have not asked enough questions, because of course everybody wants to lose weight. That you don't even need to ask that question. Very rarely, every once in a while, you might have somebody wanting to gain weight, but that doesn't happen too often. So it has to be deeper. So we work with internal problems. So are you tired? Are you stressed? Do you feel like you don't have enough time? Do you struggle being balancing everything as a mom, as a wife, you know, working full-time job. How do you squeeze it in? How do you make time for food prep? Like, it's got to be deeper than just, I want to lose weight. So like I said, you figure that out through a ton of questions. And then mistake number 4 is basing success on the wrong numbers. So we say this all the time, like, it is not about numbers. It is not about Success Club points, even though, you know, you almost like say, okay, what is it? You want me to hit Success Club point? It's not about Success Club points. It's not your main focus. It is not like that. I wish we could just change the name to Success Club. Like, I think there is a team, actually, I heard it on a call, that they don't call it Success Club. They call it like Lives Changed Club, because that's why it's so important. Like, it really is. I mean, it's just a goal to have of how many lives you can change, and it's just a good marker to like keep you on it. But, and it's not even like Success Club. Like, whenever you post, are you constantly going back? How many likes did I get? How many messages did I get? How many followers do I have? It's not about that. Like, if you get 100 likes on one post, you know, and you're thinking like, whoo, that's awesome. Well, did anybody become a customer, or did anybody become a challenger or a coach? That's what matters. That's what matters. You know, if one person likes it and that one person turns into somebody, then that number mattered. So don't focus on the wrong thing. Don't focus on like, oh, I have to post like 10 times today to get myself out there. No, I mean, I would rather you post once a day if it's going to be, you know, something worth serious value. That's way better than just like throwing some mess out there that doesn't even like fit your brand. So think about that also. So number 5, last one, I believe. I think there was 5. Hold on, let me look at my notes. Yep. And this one's huge. Another thing that you hear all the time. So you have to think like, why do I hear this all the time? Consistency. Like, oh my gosh, this is so, so important. Like, none of this matters if you're not being consistent. Like, think of what you put in. Like, say you put, even if you just put in 30 minutes a day, you know, none of it matters if you're not being consistent. I mean, I know that sounds like, well, I mean, it matters a little bit, and yes, it does, of course, but to really, really, really like dive in and go all in and, you know, into those internal problems and building relationships, and really like somebody goes to your page, it's not, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like one day she's here, one day she's gone. You know, that's what I mean by it doesn't matter. Like, of course, if you're helping someone and you know what works best for them, then all that does matter. But as far as like taking it to the next level and the next level and the next level, like, you have to be consistent with it. You have to show up. You just have to. And the more you do it, I was actually talking to Nicole today, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Whether it comes to invites, posting, coaching, I mean, you name it. I wish I could go back and watch like our first team call. I was probably like a rambling. I still ramble. That's just never going to change. But it was probably awful. But, you know, I did it, and I went out there, and I feel like every one of them gets a little better. My posts get a little bit better. My invites get a little bit better. And no, they are far from perfect. But the fact is, like, I am consistent, and I'm putting myself out there. Like, once you open up, you're open. Like, I tell myself that if there's ever a day where I'm just like, beach body, because you have those days, you know, it's just life. But you have to go all in if that's what you want to do. So just base your job. This is another quote I love. She said, Base your job on purpose, not paycheck. If you're in this for the money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Yes, you can make money, and that is fabulous. You almost feel guilty, but it cannot be number one. It just can't. Things will fade. People will see right through that. All right, so here are 3 action steps to kind of find your market. And like I said, I'm going to post that test too, so that'll help also. All right, so
I missed 5. Sorry. My phone dead.
what did you say?
I said I missed number 5. My phone went dead.
Oh, okay. Number 5 was consistency.
Okay.
And I recorded this call, so I'll play it back.
Okay.
Yeah, so just showing up, being consistent. But yeah, I'll post the call, hopefully.
Okay.
All right,
So recording.
all right, so action steps number 1, there's 3. So make a list. This is what I want you guys to do. So you're going to take that quiz that I'm going to post, but you're also going to make a list, like pen and paper, and I want you to write out who you would want your ideal challengers to be, coaches to be, write out who you would want them to be. Like, for instance, me, I love working with driven, bubbly, they just like have these serious goals, and of course, like sweet, and you relate to moms, of course. So you just have to, really focus in on who speaks to you or who you can speak to them. So, do they have kids? Are they married? Whatever. It can be anything. Like, seriously, once you take that quiz, it'll help you come up with this. But, what are their struggles? What can you relate to? Things like that. So write down that list. And then you're going to pick out an image. And I know this sounds kind of cheesy, but it really does help, because the action step number 3, it'll make sense. So you're going to pick out an image, like either on Pinterest or whatever, like someone that you feel like, like when you kind of see someone and you're just like, oh, I could be best friends with her. It's just like something you feel. Maybe it's her smile or his smile, whatever. But it's just like something draws you to them. So get you an image, and then you're going to seriously create a visual collage. You're going to do that image, and you're going to put those characteristics from step 1 right beside it. And the point of this, going to number 3, is whenever you post or whenever you invite, you look at that. Like, you are posting to that picture. You can even give her a name if you want. But you are posting to her. Like, whenever you're posting, don't think, oh my gosh, I've got 500 friends that are going to see this. What are they going to think? Like, that's so not true. First of all, Facebook would not let everybody see it because they are big divas. But 2, you can't, like what we were saying, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. You have to think, I'm talking to one person, and this is what I'm telling them, and this is how they're going to read it, and this is why they're going to love it. So create that person in your mind, and every time you post, you're posting to them. They're going to read it, and they're going to get it. And then, so hold on one second. Go back to my cheat sheets here. So don't feel like whenever you are posting, like you're just chasing the sale. That's, especially at the end of the month, don't come across as like, it's the end of the month, I've got to do this. Tie a story into everything, whether it's just, something funny. This made me laugh because, I don't know. I mean, every once in a while, of course, you're just going to throw something out there that just kind of made you giggle, and it doesn't have to be this story. but like Christine Dwyer was talking about, telling a story. And so many people can take that as like a novel every time you post. And that's not what it is. It's just like you tie some kind of emotion to it, to your post. You know, it doesn't have to be like a sob story every single time. You know, it doesn't have to like tie back to a horrible memory every single time. Like, it's just literally something that ties into your life. Some kind, you're just telling a long story or a short story, or, you know, however you want to look at it, you're just kind of tying some kind of emotion to it. And then remember this: you are the value. Like, what is going to make it different of somebody going to Amazon and buying a product and just doing it? I mean, because they can do that. People do that. I mean, I've had a couple do that you talk with them, and then they go to Amazon, buy it because they see that it's cheaper, and everybody likes a good deal. So you have to let people know that, you know, it's you that they're getting, and the products are just an extra bonus. I mean, seriously, like, these workouts are awesome. I mean, they do an incredible job, but I mean, honestly, you know, people can do squats and people can go for a walk, but it's having someone tell them what to do, tell them they can do it, they can keep doing it, they have to keep doing it, why they need to keep doing it, and that you're their biggest freaking fan ever. You know, that's what makes the biggest difference. Like, you're their best friends. I mean, just look, we've made so many friends throughout this, and, you know, I look back on some of the challenge groups I've had, and yeah, of course, there are some people that you know, don't really talk to anymore. But then I think back of like the challenge group they did, and it just wasn't a fit from like day one, you know, and it's just because they weren't ready, we weren't meshing, whatever the reason is, like, that's gonna happen. But I think of all the people that are like still going, and I've been doing this a year, it's just that's the best part. Like, I don't remember when they gave me a Success Club point or how much commission I got off of them. Like, it's just, you know, the fact that we're still going. They're still going, and we're all friends now. So just keep that in mind. You know, just, you got to like hone in on laser focus, find out who you want to work with and who you're going to talk to when you post. Does that all make sense? I'm like, Vicki, you're the only one I can see tonight. Everybody else is on doing phone calls, so I have no idea if y'all are still there. Hopefully. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just stop the recording, and we can do a couple questions.